Hi guys, GRANDJ here and welcome to our Weapon Mastery series where we go over each of the 14 different weapon classes, teach you their moves, mechanics and how to use them to their full potential. Mobile, aggressive and versatile, the longsword offers combat-focused hunters everything they need. Whether it's innate power buffs, mobile long-range attacks, or defensive options, the longsword is able to do it all. If you're looking for a lance with more mobility, dual blades with more reach, or the switch axe with more defensive options, then I recommend you give the longsword a try. The longsword's special trait is the spirit meter. Up in the top left corner, below your sharpness meter, you'll notice the dark grey sword icon. Successfully hitting monsters with your basic moves will fill this meter up with red spirit energy. This spirit energy is a resource that you'll be using to perform your stronger spirit moves, with the most important one being the spirit round slash. Successfully hitting monsters with the spirit round slash will surround your spirit meter with a white glow. Doing so again will upgrade to a yellow, and a third will upgrade it to red. Each of these spirit levels increase the damage of all your attacks. White increases it by 5%, yellow by 12%, and red by 20%. Not only do all your attacks get stronger from these buffs, but it also unlocks some additional upgrades to some of your attacks as well. These buffs will deplete over time. You can gauge how long you have left by how much aura is still around the icon. While white lasts quite a while, yellow's duration is shorter, and red even shorter than that. So longsword users are incentivized to constantly stay in combat and keep applying these buffs. Ultimately, the goal of the longsword is to reach the red aura as soon as possible and deal massive amounts of damage while dodging and weaving throughout the battlefield. The longsword's basic combo is performed using the triangle button. The first attack is the step slash, an overhead chop that moves you a short distance forward. This one has good vertical reach and will often allow you to hit flying monsters and monster tails. This move is also your triangle draw attack. Pressing triangle a second time will give you the overhead slash, which is basically the same move but performed stationary. Both of these two attacks deal good damage and will be the fastest way for you to build your spirit meter. Pressing triangle a third time will give you the thrust, a quick poke that hits directly in front of you. There's not much special about this move, it's not particularly strong, nor does it build much meter, but it is your fastest and safest attack, and one we'll be talking about more in this video. Finally, pressing triangle a fourth time will give you a rising slash, a quick vertical attack moving upwards. Pressing triangle again will loop you back to your overhead slash, allowing you to repeat the cycle of overhead slash, thrust, and rising slash indefinitely. While you can certainly continue hitting the monster, most of the time you'll find yourself linking into your stronger attacks from here. Pressing circle will give you the thrust attack, which is identical to one in your triangle combo. This can then be comboed with triangle to take you back into your standard combo with a rising slash. While the circle button might seem a bit redundant, since it's a much faster move, it's a safer way to start your combos against aggressive monsters. The step slash takes a bit longer to perform and might leave you open against faster monsters like the Autogoron. The circle thrust can also be comboed into after basically any triangle attack, allowing you to put in quick damage without going into something more committal like the overhead slash. The longsword is quite a mobile weapon, and so all your standard triangle and circle attacks can be roll cancelled with the X button for when you need to get out of the way of an enemy attack quickly. And that pretty much sums up your basic attacks. Next we'll talk about the attack that brings it all together, the iconic Fade Slash. Pressing triangle and circle at the same time will give you the Fade Slash. It's a wide circular attack that also jumps you back a short distance. This attack can be done after any of your standard attacks as well as most spirit slashes. Not only that, if you hold left or right as you perform the Fade Slash, it will perform the lateral Fade Slash, which moves you to the left or right instead of backwards. While this attack may look like a dodge, it unfortunately doesn't have any invincibility frames, so you can't dodge through attacks with it. That being said, it's a great tool to deal damage, build spirit meter, and reposition yourself aggressively or defensively. The standard Fade Slash can be used to get you out of the way of circular sweeping attacks, and the lateral Fade Slash can help you avoid charging attacks. You can then follow up the Fade Slash with any other move. However, if you press R2, you can go straight into the Spirit Jump Slash, which glides you back in for a strong attack. Similar to the Fade Slash, pressing left or right during this attack will allow you to change the angle of this attack by about 45 degrees. By combining the various Fade Slashes and Spirit Jump Slashes, the longsword offers a lot of ways to shift yourself during combat, either to better reposition yourself or to get out of dangerous positions. Since the Spirit Jump Slash is a Spirit Slash, it will consume energy out of your Spirit meter. If you don't have any energy, it will still perform the move, though it won't be empowered and there won't be a red glow around your attack. That being said, the link from Fade Slash into Spirit Jump Slash is a really important one for longsword users, and we'll cover that in a moment when we talk about the Spirit Slashes. So onto the exciting part of the longsword, the Spirit Slashes. Pressing R2 will give you Spirit Slash 1, a diagonal slash that has pretty wide range and does solid damage. This move can be performed without spirit energy, but you won't do as much damage and you won't be able to continue on your combo from here. Pressing R2 a second time will give you Spirit Slash 2, a diagonal slash that comes in from the opposite direction. R2 a third time will give you Spirit Slash 3, a 3-part attack that combines 2 horizontal sweeps and a vertical slice. Pressing R2 a fourth time will perform the Spirit Round Slash, a super wide range attack that starts from behind you and sweeps all the way to your right side, and hits for a ton of damage. After the attack completes, you'll be locked into a short sheathing animation however, and you can't cancel out of it. So like we said earlier in the video, if you successfully hit a monster with the Spirit Round Slash, you'll gain a level of aura around your sword icon. You'll also notice that your sword will have a faint shine along its edge that's the same color as your aura level. One handy thing to know is your Spirit Slashes all have Might's Eye, which basically means those attacks won't bounce on hard-parted monsters. That being said, it'll still do minimal damage, and it'll eat through double sharpness as usual. Also, do know that you're not locked into the same direction for the entire combo. By holding left or right, you can adjust the angle of each one of these attacks. You can start the combo facing forward, but by holding left or right, choose to finish it at a completely different angle. Starting your Spirit combo is pretty flexible as well. You can combo it from any standard triangle or circle attack by pressing R2, and you're even able to do it straight from a sheath position as your R2 draw attack. In order to pull off the entire Spirit Slash combo from start to finish, you'll need about 80% of a full Spirit meter. Now the challenge of the longsword is being able to perform and land as many Spirit Round Slashes as possible, but the game does offer some ways for players to make this easier. During the Spirit combo, after Spirit Slash 1 and Spirit Slash 2, you're able to press triangle once to add in a thrust and a rising slash, while still being able to continue on your Spirit combo. If you're able to land these during the combo, you can potentially get the extra Spirit you need to complete your combo. Now, the other main tool that longsword users have to make this easier is the Fade Slash. Remember how you can press R2 after the Fade Slash to go into the Spirit Jumping Slash? You can actually continue the Spirit combo from here. By pressing R2 again, you will actually skip straight into Spirit Slash 3, allowing you to skip the time and Spirit cost of the first two Spirit Slashes. Then subsequently pressing R2 a third time will take you to the Spirit Round Slash. And this is the key to using the longsword effectively. By using the Fade Slash, you can go straight from your normal combo attacks, reposition yourself, then set up for a cheaper and faster Spirit Round Slash. While it might be a bit difficult for beginners to see how to set up into this, with a bit of experience you'll start finding openings that will allow you to flow straight into this combo. Now, if you were playing an earlier Monster Hunter game, that would be it, but Monster Hunter World introduces two new attacks to the longsword that give it some extra tools for dealing with specific situations. Next, I present to you the new best way of leveling up your aura, the Foresight Slash. Pressing R2 and circle at the same time will give you the Foresight Slash, but this isn't a move that you can do whenever. It can only be done during a combo straight after an attack. Performing the Foresight Slash, you'll quickly dash back then rush straight into it with an attack, but there are additional properties to this attack. Firstly, it is considered a Spirit Slash, so it will consume your Spirit energy. In fact, it'll consume all of it. Don't worry, it doesn't consume your Spirit Order. That being said, it can be performed even without any Spirit energy, though it will do less damage. But the more important quality of this attack is that you're immune from all damage and monster effects for the entire time you're traveling back. You won't be stopped by anything, including projectiles, roars, tremors, even photo flashes. But if you do manage to prevent a hit during this state, you'll notice a blue flash around you. Then, if you successfully hit with your Foresight Slash, you can then combo straight into your Spirit Round Slash. You'll notice that you've triggered this successfully from the special sound it makes. When you perform the Foresight Slash, you'll notice there's a ring, but if you prevent a hit this way, you'll notice a second ring. Then all you have to do is ensure you hit, and then press R2 to go straight into Spirit Round Slash. Since leveling up your Spirit Aura is such a key goal for the longsword, the Foresight Slash offers you a great new defensive action during your combos. But not only that, it also allows the more experienced players to use it to deal a ton of damage and level up their aura quickly. Outside of using it during combos, you can also do it whenever a monster telegraphs a really powerful move. The Diabolos is one of the best examples. You've got a ton of time to prepare for its underground attack, so when you see it coming towards you underground, do a quick thrust with the circle, then do Foresight Slash straight away. If you get used to this timing, you'll be able to turn a lot of enemy attacks into your advantage. Another great use of this attack is to counter monster roars when you first encounter them. You usually have enough time to get in 1 or 2 attacks before most monsters go straight into a roar. If you time it right, you can counter the roar, then go in for a quick Spirit Round Slash, then get to White Aura straight away. Once you've gotten the hang of the Foresight Slash, you can start purposely manipulating your angle with it. The Foresight Slash can actually be done in any direction. If you hold any direction when you perform it, that's the direction your Foresight Slash will end up moving. By aiming your Foresight Slash backwards, you can more easily counter charging moves, and better set yourself up for the follow-up slash. So with this new attack, you'll be finding yourself getting up to Red Aura extremely quickly. But once you've reached Red Aura, there's still more damage you can deal, and that leads us on to the other new move introduced in Monster Hunter World, the Spirit Thrust and Helm Breaker. Pressing R2 triangle will give you the Spirit Thrust. Your character pulls back, then thrusts its sword directly forward. If you successfully hit a monster, you'll automatically climb up and leap higher into the air. Once you land, you'll automatically perform the Spirit Helm Breaker, a vertical slash that hits monsters up to 7 times instantly, and under the right conditions, single-handedly your most powerful move. There's a lot of nuance to this attack, so we'll break it down bit by bit. First of all, this attack requires you to have at least 1 level of Spirit Aura. If you perform the attack without any aura, you'll lunge into the monster as normal, but your sword will stick and you'll be locked into an animation where you awkwardly pull your sword out. This is because the Helm Breaker part of the attack actually consumes one level of your aura. But besides from good damage, you'll also get an interesting buff from successfully pulling off the Helm Breaker. You'll notice after the attack that your spirit meter will start glowing. While this is in effect, your energy and your spirit meter will automatically increase by itself. Now, the big factor that decides the effectiveness of your Helm Breaker is what aura level you perform it at. Not to go too deep into damage calculation, but Helm Breaker from white has a motion value of 75, whereas yellow's is 118, and doing the Helm Breaker from red aura yields a motion value of 204. Basically, Helm Breaker when performed with red aura is 3 times more powerful than the one performed from white. Not only that, but when performed with red aura, the buff you receive lasts 20 seconds and will regain a little bit more than a full meter, whereas performing it with yellow or white aura will only last for 10 seconds and regains about half a bar. So the Spirit Helm Breaker can be performed by itself or after any attack other than the Spirit Round Slash. It can even be used to cancel the Foresight Slash. So if you ever perform the Foresight Slash too early, instead of running straight back into an attack, you can press R2 triangle to hold back and possibly land a powerful attack. As for the control of this attack, after you connect to the Spirit Thrust, you can hold any direction as you're leaping up into the air, and this will move you in that direction. On your way down, holding a direction pressing R2 or triangle will determine the direction that you perform the Helm Breaker in. Do note that you're completely vulnerable while in the air, so attacks and rolls will knock you out of it. On the upside, if you're interrupted and don't get to perform the Helm Breaker, you won't consume your level of aura. If uninterrupted, however, you will automatically perform it once you land, even if you don't hit the monster, and it'll consume your level of aura. So it's really important to get used to controlling this attack. And that's pretty much it for the grounded attacks, but there are still some interesting things we can do with the longsword from the air. While in the air, pressing triangle will give you the jumping slash. Nothing too special here, it's basically a standard triangle move in the air. Pressing R2 in the air will give you quite a few different attacks depending on what level your aura is. With no aura, it will give you the jumping spirit blade. This, like all first spirit attacks, can't be performed without meter. When you land, you can combo this straight into your usual moves and even the Foresight Slash. If you have spirit meter, you can combo straight into Spirit Blade 2 as well. Pressing R2 in the air with white or yellow aura will give you jumping Spirit Blade 2, which hits twice in the air and actually does a lot of mounting damage. Not only that, but it allows you to combo straight into Spirit Slash 3 when you land on the ground, making it much easier to get to the Spirit Round Slash. Performing it while you have red aura will give you jumping Spirit Blade 3, which hits 3 times, and this one does a lot of mounting damage. Most of the time this will allow you to mount a monster straight away. Once you land, you can combo this into Spirit Slash 3 or any of the other moves. New to Monster Hunter World is the slide mechanic. If you're running down a slope, you'll eventually start sliding. While you're sliding, pressing triangle will give you the jumping rising slash, which puts you into an aerial state allowing you to perform any of your usual aerial moves. However, pressing R2 gives you another stupidly good move, the longsword. The aerial draw spirit blade may not seem too impressive by itself, but the moment you land you can combo straight into your spirit round slash. You can even change the direction that you want to perform this round slash in by holding the direction you want to move, even doing a 180 and slashing up the slope as possible in case you overshoot your target. So with all the moves covered, let's go over the playstyle and combos for the longsword. Comboing with the longsword is really fun, and is one of the most rewarding parts of the weapon. Triangle combo will be your stand for most situations, and it's generally the fastest way for you to build spirit meter, though you'll generally never continue to combo after a rising slash. Attacking is best done from the side with the longsword. Since your attacks are vertical slices, it's much easier to hit monsters from the side than head on. It's also generally safer as well. If you're hitting the monster from a softer spot, you'll build enough meter from just 3 triangle attacks. If the monster is still vulnerable, however, do the Fate Slash into your spirit combo on the monster. This is especially true if you manage to knock down the monster during your combos. You can then capitalize on this by Fate Slashing to reposition and complete your spirit combo on a weak point like the head. However, the triangle combo can be a bit slow, especially against faster monsters like the Autogoron. So a good alternative is what I call a safe combo, which you can perform by pressing circle, triangle, then circle. This will give you the 2 fastest normal moves of the longsword. While it does do less damage and builds less spirit meter, it leaves you less open than the overhead slashes and keeps you ready to use your Foresight Slash whenever you feel you're in danger. Don't forget, you can always add an extra triangle move after Spirit Slash 1 and 2 to build some extra spirit meter, which is handy when you start the combo but realize you might be just a little bit short to do the full combo. While you might be tempted to jump straight into the Foresight Slash, it takes a fair bit of time to master the timing of it. If you're just getting into the longsword, getting familiar with the standard combo and connecting it into your Fate Slash is far more important and will carry you pretty far in the game on just those basics alone. Just an example of how effective it can be, against the high ranked Diablos, I hit him after an attack while he's vulnerable, then lateral Fate Slash out of the way when I sense he might be preparing an attack. I then use the jumping Spirit Slash to go to the right to close the gap again. I continue performing the Spirit combo, in the off chance Diablos turns around and I'll be able to clip him with the Spirit Round Slash, and it turned out exactly expected. Since the longsword doesn't have an ability to block, it's always super important to keep an eye out on the monster, so you can either get out of the way or plan your Foresight Slash. You'd be really surprised at how often you can tell what a monster will do moments before they actually do it. Any situation where a monster is locked in a particular pattern is an opening for you to set up a Spirit combo. For example, I know that the Raphium will usually slam down after it does an aerial flip, so while it looks like I'm swinging at nothing, I'm actually preparing a Round Slash when it does land. If you reach a monster while it's sleeping, it's a good opportunity to lay some bombs, but if you don't have one, generally the strongest move you can wake a monster up with is your Spirit Slash. If you don't have any energy, then a Spirit Thrust will also do a pretty good amount of damage as well. When you first start experimenting with the Foresight Slash, get used to messing up a lot. It's hard to get the timing of it down initially, especially since you need to do an attack first. My best suggestion when you try learning this move is that it's far better to over Foresight Slash than under Foresight Slash. While you may lose a lot of spirit meter this way, you'll generally get more experience using it, and the payoff is pretty good when you do get it down. Once you reach Red Aura, it's always worth keeping an eye out for opportunities to do Spirit Thrust. At Red Aura, it's among the top 3 most powerful attacks in the game. Learn to prioritize and how to control it. Once you've gotten it down, you'll find your hunt times dropping by around 40%, so it's well worth it. Finally, to end things off, let's discuss some of the relevant skills for the longsword. Unlike a lot of weapons, the longsword isn't very dependent on many skills. This opens up a lot of avenues for the longsword to build. Since the longsword hits quite often, any skill that improves your sharpness is good. Handicraft, Speed Sharpener, Razor Sharp, and Protective Polish are all good options. Since the longsword isn't dependent on stamina either, the new skill Maximum Might is also really good on it. You can find it on a few of the No Gigante parts. Finally, any sort of critical skills also work well with the longsword. Weakness Exploit in particular is quite good. Since longsword has good reach, it's able to hit those soft spots more often. While Power Prolonger and Focus both affect the longsword, those aspects of the weapon are pretty easy to manage. Oftentimes you'll find you won't be needing them that much. And that's pretty much it. I hope you found my weapon mastery video on the longsword insightful, and it's inspired you to give the weapon a shot. I'll be aiming to get 2 of these out every week, so if you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a like and a subscribe to the channel. If you've got any questions or comments, chuck them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. Until next time, GrandJ out.